Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. I am once again joined by my friend Will,
Unfortunately.
who is totally not being held at gunpoint still. And we are going to be continuing on now of the investigation portion. Okay, the problem here, if I recall, he didn't say where we go next. Do I have to talk to him again?
What do you mean by that, Yuaka? It's, to be exact, not quite? Certainly. I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack.
Huh.
Then you really think... You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right? I wonder what would happen if you ignored the reaction there.
Based on the past, I noticed it just continues the conversation, but they don't actually talk about that specific topic for some reason. It's weird.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, because I think Inferno and I did that during our chapter, and then we ended up having to talk to that person again just to select it anyway.
There's nobody else who it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. What nickname did the internet give this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend, right? Still, could one of us be a demented, psychotic killer like that? It's definitely not me, I swear. You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you.
Oh.
If you don't be a whiny little brat.
Can't believe I have to click on him again. Wait, no.
What do you mean by that?
It's the same. What?
Oh.
Then why did he said
Don't
show
make me
you?
repeat myself.
Hold on. This is okay. I think maybe I can continue now. Ah, yes.
And I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. Continue without clicking on. That would be funny. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you, and this will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed her. Evidence? Does something like that really? Of course it fucking does.
Hey you two.
Hey, you two.
We don't know who's doing the voice. Oh, it's okay. Big trouble.
I have a man voice.
Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy. Leave us alone. Leave my presence at once.
Well, excuse me, Your Royal Highness. But it's an emergency. Emergency.
Well, excuse me, princess.
They're both.
We're busy.
Come on, please. You gotta help me. Okay, what's going on?
I'm going to be murdered.
Oh my god. this emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me.
Emergency, emergency. Just calm down, okay, Hina?
Cause, I mean...
But it's an emergency.
Emergency. An emergency? What happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange.
More so than usual?
I guess.
But she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Togami?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I am intrigued. Suppose we can take a second to see what's going on? Are you sure? No.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Don't make me repeat myself, though. I didn't expect that. I thought he'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah!
Okay, come on, hurry!
Wait for us, Hina. If you
Let's go.
expect me to run, then don't. Looks like she's headed to the dorms. To Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Optimism.
You guys are too slow.
I told you not to expect me to run. You're just too fast. So, what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff.
Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. It's a obvious one, you dimwit. I might as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
what?
Oh, nothing.
Oh,
It's just that
Oh,
nothing.
they're talking.
Hina was really worried
It's just
about
that
you holding yourself
I
up
was
in your
really
room.
worried about you holding yourself up in your room. I shall talk, not you.
Leave me alone.
Well, I'll just let her do it.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, the door was slammed in my face.
Rude.
Once again. Why does this always happen when I go to talk to girls? What was that?
She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. Oh my gosh. but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it.
Was Toko even scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Togami? Does she really think serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her?
No. Hey, Togami, you think you could ask her? Your name is now Togoma. To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure. If it allows us to leave.
Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to.
Don't patronize me. He just stood there in front of the door, not saying anything, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments,
what do you want?
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying. What? Bacula?
Bacula,
That's a perfect name for
the
him now.
fifth most important element in the universe.
Oh my god. Bacula!
It's Byakuya.
Wow.
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
And with that, the door slammed shut. The door of opportunity.
Even Byakuya
Those
couldn't pull
clothes
it
were
off.
staying on. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Thank God. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
No, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But,
Stop
leave it. If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Now. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away.
Oh look, he can run.
At a fast walk. Byakuya purposely messing up names. And I slowly walked to catch up.
Ah.
It didn't take much. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked. But he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination, like I didn't even exist. Finally, we came to stop in front of a certain room.
Again, his favorite room.
The library? Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Um, the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Don't make me repeat myself, you plebeian. Remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right? Stop lazing about. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense, even to a dimwit like you, once you're inside. Whoa! That's a lot of books and files. And a lot of dust, too.
So, in other words,
Hey, there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. You wimp.
Okay.
It's an empty wooden box. Though, judging by the smudges in the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. It was an extension cord plugged in there. Proved very useful while I was in the library. Extension cord, huh? I'm repeating exactly what he said. Jeez. There's so many files, it's so tight. Without really thinking about it, I just picked one at random. You have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
that's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library.
Whoa.
It won't be disclassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it.
Oh boy.
Without making another sound, I returned the file to the shelf.
30 years.
Wonder what's in all these files.
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous?
Dangerous like you?
They detail all the people who controlled the world from behind the seas. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean, like, members of the Diet or something? You dumbass. No, I mean the ones with the real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll just maybe never touch those ever again.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan, bruh. Why do they want me to click on this?
Huh? It's a desk lamp. No shit. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Yuaki using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It's here before, then I moved it there over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. It's not that complicated, you plebeian. If you'd pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself.
Is it whatever's up here? I see something up here. Oh, it's that.
There's even a surveillance camera here.
Is it like behind him? Okay.
There's even more file stuff here. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you another little warning. These files are filled with graphic, disturbing photos of all kinds, from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person would ever want to look at. Be careful. Your simple mind might not be able to take it afterwards. What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases.
Okay.
Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library?
Well, it's not normal for a school to have these kind of books and files in their library.
The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? Of course, I've already seen all these since I'm a Togami. This can't be for real, right? Of
Such
fucking
ignorance.
course it is. That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it as a lie. Well, it's not that, it's just... It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but... I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put this all together? I suppose it goes to show how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted us to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored.
Entertainment.
It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? Still can't believe it. What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world.
Are you sure about that?
If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything, you dimwit. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, correct? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all?
Yeah.
You're a plebeian, I'm a Togami. The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once?
Wow.
But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. I told you this earlier. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words,
I already told you. There's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family runs that council.
I bet they do.
I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. To become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world, backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing.
Oh dear.
This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind.
He's been scaring me.
And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was, I don't know, half a year old. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports.
Oh,
Let's
gosh.
see, my record was 2,000 within a day. Among all those reports, one of my recent favorites, Genocide Jack. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
that's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases have been compiled here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points for a plebeian like you. To begin with, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood.
Okay.
The second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Jishiro. Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, Only one who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself would know about this act of mounting the victim. Ouch, wow wow. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, the body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could have the killer known about the suspending of the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So, in other words,
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real deal.
Wow.
It's Genocide Jack.
No.
in other words,
That's right. This is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is... Such a brutal, fiendish killer is really walking around among us?
interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they?
More like creepy.
I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to fret out a clue or two
Such
with that
ignorance.
feeble little mind. If you even get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself.
No. I don't want to beg this jerk.
Oh, you know you do.
Looks like I gotta talk to him.
Byakuya? About that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time.
Aha!
However, next time you'll be doing double. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Byakuya handed me the case file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hands stopped. I reached the page where photos from the crime scene of each crime had been collected. Names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32. Tsurishu Honda, 17.
Okay, bunch of names. Oh yeah, bunch of names.
Hondo. Does that mean we don't get Honda cars in this universe? There was no end to it, but one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way.
Yeesh.
And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now, take a look at the next page. You'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page? This scene again. Profiling results?
He looks so shocked.
All of the crimes took place either on weekdays, at night, or during holidays. Either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the subject may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
DID.
So in
They
other words,
did it! DID! The key point here is that the culprit may very well have a split personality. A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on fake TV shows and in video games? So in other words, I'm totally the star of a manga, right? But this is one way way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it isn't. I don't know. I feel numb.
All of that for this one thing.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We've finished our business here, haven't we? Ah! Wait! Byakuya! Asshole! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up, though it wasn't hard. It's almost like he's a fat person on the inside. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together this whole time?
Aww.
Are you love-struck?
Yes.
Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful for once. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Like you would be able to do that. Farewell, you maggot. And just like that, he was gone. As quickly as he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything, getting tossed around.
Ooh.
At the same time, I uncovered some really important clues to myself thanks to him. Why am I dick hard? Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. Yeah, that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out. No matter what it takes. On the next episode! And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene. After all, he only let us look at like one thing.
Yeah.
Oi.
And then the boys' locker room. So I thought it would be done in this episode, but I guess not. Wow.
I should also talk to the others. They might have come up with some info I might find useful. I need to find everything out that I can.
Okay. So I have to end this episode right here. Sorry, guys. I actually thought that'd be the end of it, but I was wrong. Maybe
As you
we have.
always are, you dimwit.
Oh, okay. So I'm Naeki now.
You're
Sorry, my
all
bad.
dimwits. Goodbye.